I'm going to go ahead with the meeting beginning ritual.
起立，面向佛堂，参加三鞠躬、一鞠躬、再鞠躬、三鞠躬，参加各位点传是一鞠躬，开班一鞠躬，请坐下。Please be seated. Looking at 78, what does it say? I'll give you some preliminary remarks, and then, next time we will go through line by line with the commentaries. 78. Nothing in the world is softer or weaker than water. Yet, nothing is better at overcoming the hard and strong. This is because nothing can replace it. That the weak overcomes the strong and the soft overcomes the hard, everybody in the world knows, but cannot put into practice. Therefore, sages say, the one who accepts the humiliation of the state is called its master. The one who accepts the misfortune of the state becomes king of the world. The truth seems like the opposite. So let's break it down. Let me give you some preliminary remarks, and then next time we'll divide this up into 3 sections. So first of all, one thing that I want to point out is that previously we talked about the 2 divisions of Dao De Jing. There's the Dao Jing, and then there's the De Jing. There's the Dao Classic, the first part, and then there's the Virtue Classic, the second part. So as I demonstrated previously, the first part, Dao Jing, the Dao Classic, it begins with chapter 1 that talks about, the very first line talks about the Dao that can be spoken is not the eternal Dao. Dao ke Dao, Fei Chang Dao, in Mandarin. So that first chapter, that first line, the first character is about the Dao, and it goes on for 37 chapters, all about the Dao. Then, in De Jing, the second part, which goes all the way to the very end, to chapter 81, it says the highest virtue is like water. So that theme, once you understand what that is, what it's saying, you begin to see reinforcement of that understanding everywhere. So even here in 78, you're looking at a reference to water, which we now understand is the metaphor for the Tao-like virtue of the cultivators and the sages. So it's the same theme that's running throughout the second half of the Dao De Jing. And now that we are toward the end, the same theme is still quite consistently being applied. That's why it begins talking about water. So the conventional concept is about being tough, unyielding, being strong. The Tao mind sees true strength in the soft, like water. Then we were just talking about, a moment ago, we were just talking about how everybody in the world knows these ideas about the Tao, but cannot put into practice. So this is the reason why I reiterated several times today that you are among the few, the rare, the few that understand the Tao, the few that have the Tao. The majority of the people out there, the vast majority, they know about the concepts but cannot put those concepts into practice. Challenge to you is to consistently put them into practice. That's more difficult than just knowing the concepts. Whenever people ask, okay, well, everything you talk about, like the simplicity of the Tao, the oneness, the yin and yang principle, etc. Okay, I get all that. I get it. So give me the advanced level of the Tao. Give me the advanced concepts. What's the next level? I'm ready for more. what I always say is that the advanced level of the Tao is to be able to put what you know into action. And that's way more difficult than just knowing what the concepts are. Like one example, we all know that humility is a virtue, the humility of the Tao. Not self-degradation, but to be humble. To not exhibit this arrogance and this ego. Boy, is that difficult. That's not an easy thing to do. It's not an easy thing to walk the fine line between arrogance and self-debasement. Putting down yourself, thinking you're worthless, or the opposite side, thinking you are so great when you are really not. That balance, putting that into practice, that is the advanced level of the Tao. So do that first. Before we even talk about some of the esoteric concepts, are you able to demonstrate putting these concepts into action every single day? I find that after 2 decades of cultivation, I'm only beginning to get better at my personal challenge. And that's working on the ego. It's not a big secret. That's my big challenge in life. I talk about the ego all the time. I am a lot better than I was before, and I was insufferable previously, prior to encountering the Tao. But that's the advanced level of the Tao. So everybody in the world knows but cannot put into practice. Boy, that is so true. And then one more idea, and we have to go to the summary for today. The one who accepts the humiliation of the state is called his master. Here, I want to say that when you look around in society, most of the time, people, when slighted, when they feel they've been insulted, their reaction is to strike back, is to exhibit anger and rage, is to fly off the handle, is to be the rageaholic. That doesn't really take any strength at all. It just takes a normal, common person, a person who is unremarkable. On the other hand, someone who knows the Tao, someone who knows how to handle it without striking back, someone who can contain it and still maintain equilibrium, calmness, that is a person who has inner strength, spiritual strength, true strength. How many people are like that? Very few, precious few. So I'm going to, so that's my quick introduction to 78. Next time, we have to divide up the chapter into 3 sections. And if you are interested, I would invite you to divide it up into 3 sections yourself, and then we can compare to see if we divide them up in the same place. Let's go ahead and do the meeting ending ritual, everybody. 起立，面向佛堂，持架深鞠躬，1鞠躬，再鞠躬，3鞠躬，持架各位顶传11鞠躬，结班1鞠躬。We're done, everybody. Thank you so much.